Hey guys! To all the artists out there, this is not another 10 things not to say to an artist video, but it is along the same lines, and I bet a lot of artists actually find these as pet peeves in the artist realm. So today, we are going to cover 10 common artist problems. I go through these, you go through these, we all go through these. So let's jump right in, get started, and try not to grit your teeth. When you're sitting there on a park bench, in a coffee shop, at your work, somewhere in public, and somebody takes your sketchbook, or when it's just lying around and somebody goes, "Oh, sketchbook, let me just see whose work is in here." Big no, an artist's sketchbook is like the artist's journal, or diary, if you will. It is what we keep our emotions in, it's what we keep our doodles in, it's what we keep our commissions in, it's what we keep everything in. So, do not take it without consent. Out of all of the supplies that's laying all over the surface of your desk, and you cannot find your pencil or pen or the main utensil of choice, even though you were just using it like 5 seconds ago. Twat! Having too much supplies? There is never such a thing as too many supplies. Too much supplies. Too many, much. There's no such thing. I can say that I have art supplies everywhere in my entire room. Over at my main desk, there are canvases, there are stretch frames, I have a separate box just for paints, and I have one of those 3-tier drawers that's like this big. It is all full of art supplies. Like, the bottom drawer has Prisma markers, it's got charcoal, it's got paint thinner, it's got Sumi ink, it's got a lot of my chalk pastels that I use. The second one up has a lot more, like, stickers, it's got my glue gun, it's got pens and pencils, it's got everything in it. The top one has even more shit. Next to that, I have an entire 2-shelf thing, and it's got my printables. It's got label sheets, it's got t-shirt shit, it's got my shipping supplies, it's got another little 3-tier drawer with pens, pencils, calligraphy shit. It's got everything in it. Not to mention, on the other side of my room, I've got artist books, I've got my setup right here. Everything in my room is for art. It is based off of art. Never such thing as too much. Which brings me to number 4, and kinda ties along with number 2. That is misplacing the pen or pencil that you just used. And a lot of you guys probably know this, but like, say if you're using a colored pencil and you put it back in the stack of other colored pencils, then you can't find the colored pencil that you just had. I know I've just said colored pencil too many times, but it happens. Think! Having artist block. I know that there are some days that I wake up and I just don't want to do a damn thing. And I will sit down on my day off and be like, okay, I'm going to sit down and doodle. I'm going to draw. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then I'll get there and I will set it all up. And then I'll be like, what was I even going to do? It's just not coming. So I'll just place it off to the side and do something else. But, artist block. I know this one really bothers me. But that's when people watch you draw. They'll just either peer over your shoulder or watch from the front, and you're like, yo, there's a bubble. There's like an artist bubble that goes around, and you cannot invade that. You cannot pop it, because when you do, I get a block. You are literally being the cock block to my inspiration at the point of poppage. Like, I was just asked a couple of times if I'm going to be doing a demonstration at my work June 18th. I don't like when people watch me draw because I usually have headphones on, I kind of zone everything out, and I'll sit there and just get lost for hours in a piece. I just don't like when people watch me draw. That, not being able to get the proper images of your work. By this, I mean taking photos of your work to post on social media. This happens to me quite a bit, and because of the lighting, the ever so lovely lighting in my room, it is when you do like a certain piece Like in chalk, like when I was trying to get a picture of my chalk rose that I did so many years ago, because we had already framed it, it was hard as fuck to not get a reflection in the photo. Or say when you're working with colored pencils, because I know a couple years ago I did so many Final Fantasy pieces for one of my clients, and getting photos of colored pencil work because of the wax sometimes leaves that shine to it. So you're like, what the hell? And you have to like sit there and position it, and then you get it dark, and then it's just like, wait, this one could be taken as a compliment, but it is still kind of like an artist problem. That is when people tell you that you are born with such talent. My friend, I've got news for you. Not all of us are born with talent. I know that I've been drawing since I was in elementary school, or before that. I don't even remember. I was too young. But a lot of the techniques that artists learn, they learn through school, they learn from other people, they learn from watching other people's videos, they learn from this, they learn from that, and then they utilize it in their own work. Not all of us are born with it. I was definitely not born with the talent of drawing a straight line. I still can't do it to this day. I still can't even color in the damn lines. You learn, you grow, you learn like a beautiful little caterpillar to a butterfly. Noof. Being afraid to use newly purchased items. Actually, surprisingly and funny story is that a couple days ago, a friend gave me a gift for my birthday, and they were the tiniest chalk slivers that I've ever seen. They're so cute, so petite, and I can't wait to use them, on top of giving me 3 new paintbrushes. When I saw the paintbrushes, I instantly shot a look over to him and I said, "These are too pretty and I don't want to use them." He then kind of commented, "Well, that defeats the purpose of buying them." I'm going to use them. I will. Just in a while. But I am afraid to use them because they're so pretty. They're like the prettiest paintbrushes I've ever had my mitts on. Actually, I think psychologically deep down inside my little bodice, I am afraid to use supplies because I don't want to spend money to pick up more. Or running out of one color, like say if I'm using chalk and one of the little nubs gets tiny enough and I'm like, I need this for this project, but I can't because I have to go and inconvenience myself by running out to the store and picking up another one and all this other shit, and it's just, yeah, I kind of get stingy with my own supplies. Having all the right ideas come at the wrong times. This happens to me so many times. On the course of like every day, actually. I can tell you like the best inspiration comes when I'm like right about to enter the work door. I'm like, fuck, I would rather be at home right now, like creating this image in my head, and then I'm like, oh, I'll save it and I'll be able to remember it for later, and then I always forget it because something else happens throughout the day and just kind of sidetracks me. Or at night when you're like about ready to go to sleep and there's like an idea that floats in your head and you're like, well, I don't have a book right next to me, so I'm not gonna write it down. I'll remember this, and then you forget all about it, and then like a millennium later it comes back to you and you're like, why didn't I ever do this? And then you kind of just think and loathe yourself for forgetting about it that one time, that one sad little time. But this has been 10 Common Artist Problems. If you liked what you saw in the video, definitely boop that like button below for me. Don't forget to comment and subscribe to the channel as well. I will be doing more art videos coming soon because I know that you guys like them a lot. And I hope that you guys enjoy it, and if you do, like I said, boop that like button. If you have any comments for more issues or common problems that you face on a daily basis with your art, feel free to leave those in the comment section below, and I will make another video about this. It might go to 10, it might go to just number 2, or it might go to 1 billion. I like doing these videos. I think they're fun, enjoyable, and I can add a little bit more of my personality into them. I hope that you guys are enjoying them so far, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!